So welcome to today's Academy Live. I am Mary Ruth Bell, representing Trucks Academy. We are here today to talk to you about PartsLinQ. But before we start, let's do a sound check, make sure that everybody in the audience can hear using the questions area. Please let us know that you are able to hear. So I'm getting the okay, maybe not, maybe yes. So welcome again. There will be an opportunity for question and answer at the end of the presentation, and use that same area that you just entered your thumbs up to let me know that you could hear me. So those questions we will be monitoring throughout the presentation, but we will be answering them at the end. So today's topic is PartsLinQ, with the subtopic of what you need to know and where you need to go to find training and resources. This session is being recorded and it will be found on Trucks Dealer Portal under TDP, Events, Webinars, and Academy Live. So with that said, we have a panel of experts here, and I think you're really going to enjoy learning more about PartsLinQ. I know that the dealers have been telling us all along. We had, in the last couple of weeks, we've had some co-location going on here in the Greensboro area, and we have had successful pilots. And I'm going to turn it over to Nesha. Nesha is the Parts Process and Solutions Director. So Nesha, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Ruth. Thank you. Happy to be here. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Nesha Juricic. I represent digital and IT function here in Greensboro. And my team and I, we've been involved in PartsLinQ since the beginning almost, and during development and now the rollout. So as you all know, we are live. We went live with 2 pilot trucks March 7. And NAS truck and Tri-State. We also have 1 truck, 1 dealership, Trucks Incorporated. They went live right before the COVID breakout. So PartsLinQ will replace Parts Compass, and for US dealers that will happen this year. So before handing it over about the training and the resources and next step, I just want to thank all the pilot dealers very much. Thank you so much for coming here before the go live and for helping us with that. Thank you also for giving the feedback and being on the daily calls now during the pilot phase. So I know you're on the call, so thank you, NAS Truck. We have Anne-Marie, Brian, Randy, and thank you, Tri-State. I think Mike and Jared might be on the phone with the teams, and also Trucks Inc., Sam and the team. So thank you very much. PartsLinQ is a complex project. What we have done has not really been done before. We are merging two truck brands and all the legacy systems that they had into one, and we've done it now at the same time. While we're doing that, we're also upgrading from an old DSP system that's known to you as the LPA system, or DSP stands for the dealer stock control package. It's a dealer in inventory management system. That all shifted as well as we did this to a new global DSP system. We also added all the extended offer and the VDSP features in PartsLinQ. And of course, all the orders and all the back orders with very high volumes now has been merged then from old legacy systems on the Volvo side, old legacy system on the Mack side, everything into PartsLinQ. So given all this complexity, it has been a really, really successful go live, and we're still in the pilot phase, and now we're stabilizing it. We have a few issues, but the dealers are up and running. There is nothing stopping the operations and the business. And I think we also have a testimony here from one of the dealers on the screen. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Liz, who is going to take you through a little bit about the training, the resources, and next steps.
Thank you so much, Nesha. Hi, everybody. I'm Liz Smith, Aftermarket Training Manager, And before I kick off on all the material that we do have available for you at the dealerships, I do want to let you guys know, I know some of our friends from Canada are watching, and as much as I appreciate you being here, a lot of this information is relative only to the US dealers. So that's going to be the timing of the rollouts, the information of the rollouts, specific system information as well. It's going to look different for Canada, but some of the information is going to be relative. Stick around, don't go anywhere, but do know this is specific to the US dealers only. So with that being said, I do want to let you guys know among the dealer network, we're taking a different approach when it comes to training for Parts LinQ. We have a lot of wonderful resources available to you, and we're leaving that in your hands. We're not forcing you to work on our time with training available. We're making the training available to you for you to make it work on your time. So with that being said, some of the things that we have available for you. We do have training available in Navigator. First, starting out is our new Navigator course, Parts Process and Inventory. This is more specifically geared towards new employees, but does touch on those parts processes, and at the very end of it, touch on the new DFS as well with Parts LinQ. Please know that in order to receive credit for this training, you have to complete the third one, which has an e-signature at the very end. I know some of you have already taken this, so if you haven't gone back or if you haven't completed that e-signature, go back, acknowledge that you know DFS training does exist, and complete that training course to be able to receive credit. As usual, if you're a dual dealership and you complete one for one brand, it gives you credit for the other brand. Additionally, this is rolling out, Parts LinQ is rolling out in waves. After or the week of each wave, we're going to have a debriefing virtual training session available as well. These debriefings are available to the entire network. We are putting a cap to how many of you can join because we'll have chat available. We'll give you guys the opportunity to share best practices, to ask questions to us, and any other resources, human resources, will be available for you as far as our subject matter experts within Parts LinQ. So like I said, within each rollout or during that week of each rollout, we'll have those debrief sessions available. We'll make 2 of them available for those weeks, especially to help out with the different time zones as well as the different shifts that are available within the network. So please take advantage of those. Like I said, it's going to be a great opportunity to ask questions, get questions answered, and even share best practices amongst the dealer network between yourselves. Aside from that, as I've already mentioned, we do have a dealer-facing system. So the DFS in-system e-learning is available within Parts LinQ. We do have a separate link for anybody that's not already in Parts LinQ, which will be available on TDP. Now, this training is an amazing tool. You guys, I cannot emphasize enough the amount of information in here, and they've done it in such a way that's easy to use, easy to follow, easy to reference back. Any new processes that are available, how to search a part number, any differences that you might see that you're kind of unsure about, it's going to be available in this tool. So please utilize this tool that's available within Parts LinQ. Additionally, we do have a new section to the Trucks Dealer Portal. Hopefully I'm going in order here. But in Trucks Dealer Portal, there's a new section specifically for Parts LinQ. We've developed this to be able to communicate with the dealers, keeping you updated with relevant information. It's going to provide who's available or who is part of the first wave of the dealer rollout. We'll have checklists available for you. It's got on there the differences between Parts Compass and Parts LinQ, really being able to start knowing what to expect in those differences of systems. We'll continue to keep this section of Trucks Dealer Portal updated with resources, information. If there's any changes, that'll be posted on Trucks Dealer Portal as well. So continue going back to that section. It should be Trucks Dealer Portal, information, parts, and then Parts LinQ. Like I said, it's available and up now. Go to it for information. As it gets closer to your turn for the wave and the rollouts, reference that section for everything that you do need to know. And finally, a training opportunity is going to be, we're going to have a trade booth at Uptime 2022 in Dallas. So it'll be me and a couple others there to be able to walk through PartsLink Live, answer questions that you may have, and we'll have resources available so that you can take back to your dealership and utilize when you get back as well. I do want to bring your attention real quick to the fact that there were some changes to the first wave of rollouts. So if you were among the first wave, you probably already know and were made aware that we did combine the first and second waves together. So all of that communication has been sent out to those dealers that are affected by this. And as we continue to have those waves go through, have those dates come up, we will keep dealers updated as to the important dates that are needed to know, that you need to know. With that being said, I am going to turn it over to Melvin Sauls, who is our dealer inventory manager.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks.
Hello, all. Hope that everyone is doing well today. My name is Melvin Sauls, and I'm a representative from the DIM team. The team, some of you know as LPA. I'm very happy to be here with you today, and I would like to share some important information regarding buybacks before PartsLink go live. You should have received an email regarding the dates for your last buyback. The tentative date right now is March 21st to have your return submitted. However, this can possibly change, in which you would be notified by email. If you are in Wave 1 and have not received a buyback, I would strongly urge you to reach out to your dealer inventory manager and request one as of today. The sooner you get your buyback submitted, the faster it would be to get through the pipelines and credit issued prior to going live on PartsLink. The submission date will vary depending on what wave you're in. As soon as you get your initial email regarding your last buyback, prior to going live on PartsLink, you should be contacting your dealer inventory manager to have a return submitted. As soon as the return is submitted, please pick, pack, and ship the return out as quick as possible. Once the returns are submitted, please contact YRC by phone, which is on the final return email that you receive from your dealer inventory manager. Returnable and overstock parts may not be in the same box. They must be packaged separately and shipped to a separate address. Shipping to the incorrect location will result in a return being sent back to the dealer freight collect. Returnable parts are shipped back to Lippert, and overstock parts are shipped back to Dex. The address for both locations is on a final submitted email. Make sure your paperwork and bill of lading matches the pallet. These instructions are available in the final buyback email that is sent out by your dealer inventory manager. Non-LPA dealers will continue to process their own return. One last note, on your last return prior to going live on PartsLink, try to keep your changes and modifications limited or to a minimum, or better yet, allow your dealer inventory manager to submit the return as is. This will ensure that your return is submitted in a timely manner. After go live, we can revisit modifying and adding parts to your return. Again, thank you for listening and your time. I will now turn it back over to Liz.
Thank you, Melvin. So I am really excited to have with us today Valerie Marion, currently logistics auditor, but she has played a key role with helping to train internal employees with the new DFS and PartsLink. So Valerie, I've got a few questions for you. First, with system changes, we can expect differences, but there are a few process changes as well. Can you share a little bit about the new pack and ship process?
Yes, Liz, and thank you for the introduction. The pack and ship process is completely new. It's not on Compass. With the pack and ship process, the dealerships are now able to throw away that colored paper. They can go on there and print out the material tags, the pick list, return permissions. They also have the availability when they're filing their discrepancies that they can take a picture and submit it with the discrepancy. So they'll have that available at their fingertips as well.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So it sounds like it might be a little bit more work, but totally worth it as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
What are any other changes dealers can expect to see right away that you would want them to know?
The search function within DFS is definitely much better than with Compass. Right now, they're searching by their PO number, their order number. With DFS, dealerships will now be able to go in and search by part number as well. The ship tos locations, they have so much more opportunity for searching with DFS. Probably another would be the MAC invoices, the updated look for the invoices. They can also pull up more than one invoice at a time.
That sounds like it'll be really useful. So what are some of the tips and tricks maybe that could help dealers out with making changes in the system?
Well, first of all, Microsoft Edge is going to be the preferred browser. When you go in, if you have more than one sales organization, of course, you'll have to use two separate browsers to, be online at the same time. So if you use maybe Microsoft Edge and then you use Chrome, you can go in there and you can change the colors, and that way it kind of helps you know which browser you're using for which sales organization. Another would be oversized parts. It gives them, they can go in and choose the correct carrier for their oversized parts. So that would be another.
Nice. So as some of you might know, in a previous life, I did work at the parts order desk, and I remember a little bit about PartsLink and learning about it. However, certainly in this role now, learning more and being part of various trainings and meetings, I've heard some new acronyms. And so I was wondering if you could help with covering those and helping dealers understand what to expect.
Yes. So right now we know VDSP. Going forward, it's going to be extended offer with program is going to be the new terminology.
Okay.
And currently we have ship direct. Going forward, that's going to be extended offer without program. So that's some of the newer terms. We'll also be going from emergency to day emergency. That would be another.
Mm-hmm.
XOQ block, that is going to be a block put on parts. So if you go in, say you're trying to order 9 of one part and you accidentally hit 90. So this XOQ block is going to stop that order from going through on certain parts. They have a limit as to how many can be ordered, and so that would stop that.
Oh, good. We definitely don't need dealers ordering 90 transmissions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And I do know with pricing, there's a few new terms out there too. So you've got dealer net, goods value, and total goods value. From my understanding, DNet's the same. Goods value is going to be your promo price. And then total goods value is going to be the DNet plus freight. I believe that's right. Okay, good. So obviously we can't cover all the differences in this short amount of time. What's the best thing for a dealer to do if they do have questions or they come across something new or forget something that they did learn?
Definitely the DFS in system tool. That is it's got all the information you could need for learning what you might need. Anything, order inquiry, your forward flow, your reverse flow, it's all in there. It's a great tool, and I would definitely go to that.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Liz.
So with that, I'm going to turn it back to Mary Ruth.
All right. So thank you to all 4 of you. I'll get a chance to say thank you again after you answer questions and answers. And we do have a couple coming in. So the first one, and I'm going to change back to, give me just a second here. One question was, and Wes, if you don't mind, put the PowerPoint up on the slide. The question said, can I get the training courses again? So I'm going to ask that they leave that on the screen for just a second, so you'll be able to take a look and write that down or do a screenshot or whatever it is that you need to do. I'm just talking here to give a couple of seconds. So hopefully that one took care of it. So thank you, Wes. So we do have another question, and Melvin, I think this one is for you.
Okay.
If we haven't received a response from our DIM, who can I email or call to get an answer?
They can contact Alicia Leith. She's the manager of LPA. Via email, Alicia Leith, alicia.leith@volvo.com.
Okay, thank you for that. Liz, I'm going to ask you to respond to this one. Where do we find the training on the dealer portal?
Now, if it's the Navigator training, you'll need to go into Navigator for that. However, if you're talking about the resources and everything that's available, if you go to Trucks Dealer Portal, Information, Parts, and then Parts Link, everything, all of those documents will be available on there. So to get to the dealer-facing in-system e-learning, you'll either need to already have access to Parts Link, which will happen automatically on the day of your rollout, or we are going to provide the link to that in-system e-learning as well on Trucks Dealer Portal. So we've got plenty of trainings available for you for sure.
All right, thank you. This one I'm not sure, so I'm going to pass this off to one of the four of you. Will our ship tos come over from Parts Compass? So everybody's looking at each other in the room, just
Yeah.
to let you know.
I can take that one, Mary Ruth.
Okay, thank you, Valerie.
Yes, all of the ship tos will transfer over from Compass to the dealer-facing system.
So this is also another question that I'm not sure. So Valerie, give this one a shot too. Will my LPA orders be communicated to or set up in my DMS?
I can take that.
Okay, Melvin says he'll take it. Thank you, Melvin.
Yes, the LPA orders will be transmitted in their DMS.
So I think that answers the next question. Are all of our back orders being transferred to Parts Link? And they're shaking their head. Nesha wants to take that one.
Yes, of course, all the back orders, all the back orders are migrated, and we're going to keep the place in line also. So, thank you.
Thank you, Nesha. Let's see here. We've got one. Liz, I think this one could be for you. What's going on with the rest of the network and the wave rollouts?
Absolutely. So as you know, we did make some adjustments with the first and second wave, combining them for the rollout. This is going to mean a large rollout, and we certainly want to make sure that everything is done correctly for the dealers and that everything's working. That could impact as to when the rest of the dealer network is going to be rolled out, whether it's going to be in the pre-planned steps that we had originally or if it's going to be restructured. But certainly, please know, we will keep you all updated. If you're not available or if you are not part of this first wave at the beginning of May, then you will receive communication with more than enough time to get your buybacks in and processed and everything as to when those dates are going to happen. We don't have them set in stone just yet, but like I said, we'll keep you updated.
So Liz, I think this question could be for you as well. Why is there a gap between the waves?
The biggest reason for this, which I touched on just a moment ago, is ensuring that all performances are up to expectation for the dealers, especially before a bigger rollout to the rest of the network.
All right, not sure. So I'm just gonna take this one to the audience, to the panel here. Will the vendor orders have lead times tied to them as well, or does the dealer still have to contact the vendor themselves?
And I can take that one. Unfortunately, yes, you will still need to contact the vendor for the lead times on those extended offer orders.
So Tina wants us to make sure that we give the proper tri-state the credit for being the pilot location. So thank you, Tina. That would be the tri-state that's on the western part of the country. So I think we can take care of that one for you, Tina. Will we be able to select PDCs to consolidate orders to save on shipping? Nobody wants to take that one? There's a couple of questions in here that are a little more complicated and specific to dealers. We will take these questions and we will submit them to the panel so that they can answer them. So that one apparently is one. Chuck, we'll get back to you on that one. This question, I think, can be answered. Is CMS affected? Everybody's looking at
Yeah,
Nesha.
I think I can answer that one then. No impact on the core management system.
Valerie, will invoices show the total cost of the order instead of just the invoice total? I may have blindsided you with that one.
Yeah. The invoices should have all of the information for the order. However, I'm not positive on that, so I would need to maybe.
We'll put that one on our
Yeah.
get back to you list. Question, will pending discrepancies transfer from Parts Compass to Parts LinQ?
I'm not sure totally. I think a lot of those that are started in Parts Compass will stay in Parts Compass, but we'll confirm and get back to you.
Yeah, and I believe that's correct as well.
Yeah.
You guys are asking some very difficult questions. And me being a non-parts person, I don't have a clue. So I'm the first to admit to you, I have no idea. Question, is the vendor information and lookup still going to be in Parts LinQ?
Yes, and I know this is something that they're very excited about. The information will be there, and it will actually be more available and easier to find with the parts that you're looking for as well.
Yes, exactly.
All right. More questions. Will the discrepancy process change?
I think the short answer is yes. Specifics to that, and that's part of the reverse flow process. So certainly you'll be able to see that information in that DFS e-learning, in-system e-learning that's available. And
Yes.
Valerie, you've got more information maybe?
Yes, it's going to be easier for you because your alert page, your home page will now show all of your discrepancies once they've been approved. Any changes on your discrepancies are going to be right there at your fingertips on the home page. So yes, it's going to be much easier for you going forward.
So here's an interesting question. Will we still have access to Compass after we go live in Parts LinQ?
And I can take that. Yes, you will still have access to Compass. Compass will remain. Once you go live into Parts LinQ, you will not be able to place any more orders into Compass, but you will still have access to Compass.
Thank you, Valerie. I'm not sure if this one's for you or not, but let's give it a shot. Can you upgrade back orders to VOR?
No. You will need to place it VOR if that is the order type that you're wanting to place.
So I'm reading through these questions. You guys are asking really good questions. How far back will you be able to see old orders? Now, I'm not sure what the definition of old orders is. I hope parts people in the room know the answer to that.
And I can take that for you. In Compass now, we have a 30-day window. Otherwise, you'll have to change the dates to go further back to look. In DFS, there's no set time. You can switch those dates for whatever, as long as you want to. Keep in mind, though, the longer the dates are, the longer it's going to take the search to work.
Wow. So here's a question. Liz, I think this one's for you.
Okay.
how do we get access to DFS?
So your access is actually going to be automatically granted to you when when it's your go live date. And if for some reason you don't have access to it, that is the time to speak with your DBS. So, or work with your DSA, your dealer system admin, work with one of them if for some reason your access isn't working on the date of your go live.
Okay. Thank you. There are several parts that are the same in Mack and Volvo, such as turbos. Same part, different part numbers. Will there be a way to determine the two different numbers? Nobody wants that one. Nobody's raising their hand for that one. So
No, I do believe the information you're going to see is going to be specific to the sales org that you're open to. So kind of similar to what Valerie was talking about. If you're both a Mack and Volvo dealer, you're going to be logged into one sales business unit at a time. So the information that you see on there is going to be specific to that brand or that sales organization.
So Valerie, there's quite a few questions in here with regard to VOR. I'm going to read one question, and hopefully this answers several of you guys that are asking this question. When available inventory is blocked for VOR only orders, will there be a visible flag showing that?
Okay, so when you go in and you search for a part, it's going to give you the type of order that you're looking for placing. So if you choose that you're looking to place a VOR order, if that part is available for VOR, then it will show available. If you go in and you change it to a stock and it is on hold for VOR, you will not see that part number.
Liz, another training question. Is training available now, or do we have to wait for it to go live? Will dual dealers be able to use, and sorry, it's moving faster than I can read, wait, now I lost it. So can they go ahead and take the training?
Yes, the navigator training is available now, along with that first date for the debrief session. And you guys, I do want to ask you, especially those dealers that are part of that first wave going out at the beginning of May, please, you guys sign up for those debriefs. I don't want the whole dealer network being bombarded into those wave sessions. We do want to keep it for those that are live in Parts LinQ. Although if some of you sneak in for an extra heads up on information, that's okay. But the parts process and inventory training in Navigator is live now. And like I said, we'll get that link for the DFS in-system e-learning up on TDP within the week.
So I'm going to throw this one to whoever in the room. It's a great question. Will dealer managers have to grant new permissions to Parts LinQ like we have to access Compass and Impact now? So I guess what that says, if I can translate for you, Dan, is that will they have to make a special request in dealer manager? So
Yeah.
Nesha is offering to take that one.
Yeah, I can take that. All the users that have access to Ports Compass will get access to Ports LinQ, only if there are new people coming on after the go live. Hope that answered.
Thank you. So here's a question. Will critical parts notice messages still pop up in Parts LinQ like they do in Compass today? Valerie's going to take that one.
Yes, you will still have the messages. You will have at the top of the screen your message area, and it will have any kind of message related to that part. So yes, you will still see that.
So Liz, I think this one you may have addressed during your question and answer with Valerie, so I'm going to give this one to both of you. If you are a dual dealer, we have to have 2 sessions open. For instance, if I'm checking a part number now, I can change from Mack to Volvo in the drop down in Compass. Will that continue to be the case in the new system?
You will have to have one system with one sales organization, and then the other system with, if you're Mac and Volvo, you'll only have one sales organization. You can always go in and switch. There is a button in there where you can go in and switch your sales organization, or you can have two sessions open on different browsers.
Okay, thank you. We are getting lots and lots of questions, and thank you so much for your enthusiasm and your bravery for asking questions that I have to translate, being that I'm a non-parts person, as I mentioned earlier. So we have time for two more questions. Let's see here. Will PartsLink give ETAs on back-ordered items before orders are placed? You may have stumped Valerie even on that one. Nesha, is that something you can handle? No?
No, I
We may
think,
have to-
Valerie, if we should go back and check, but I don't think there will
I
be
don't
an
think so.
ETA before you place the order.
Right. I think the only ETA that they're going to show is items that are currently in the warehouse, or anything that the planner does note that we have in transit. So.
All right, I'm trying to choose the last one here. So let's see here. I'm getting the signal that we have enough time that we can ask a couple more. So maybe I don't have to look so hard. Will PartsLink show available in dealer network as well? I guess that means
the dealer
availability.
inventory.
Yes. So if you're asking about dealer inventory, then yes, you will still see the dealer inventory as you do in Compass today.
So Chris is asking a good question. Will our dealer codes change?
And I can handle that one. So you will keep your dealer code, but you will also have a Parma code, which is going to be either a 6 or 7 digit number. So going forward, the plan, right now the plan is to keep both the dealer code and the Parma code. Going forward, that may change.
Okay. Let's see here. We may have already addressed this one, but I'll ask it anyway because I can't remember. Can we see availability before placing an order?
And I can take that one. And again, yes, you will still see, as you do in Compass today in DFS, it will show you if the part is available. Again, you'll have to choose what type of order you want to place, because if that part is on hold for VOR and you're not looking at the availability on a VOR order, it's not going to show the part available.
I'm learning so much here.
Mary Ruth, I do want to add one thing. Being able to read through some of the questions as well, a lot of your questions are going to be able to be answered in that DFS in-system e-learning. So like I said, don't freak out. You're going to get all the information that you need. We're going to answer your questions, and you're going to be able to answer your own questions as well. So that training will be available. Utilize that system. Learn that. It'll have the information that you need with regards to a lot of the detailed information on the ins and outs of PartsLink.
Thank you, Liz. And I think that's a great place for us to stop. Your questions, believe it or not, had started to slow down. So what we will do after this session, we'll pull all of those questions. We'll go through them as a team, as a panel. And if we were not able to take the answer out of this group, we certainly will respond back to you. And we have the list of people that have attended and the person who actually asked the question. So in closing, I'd like to thank our 4 panelists, Nesha and Liz, Valerie, and Melvin, for your expertise. I know that it's been a tireless effort to get this all started, but once it's going, it's been a very good and healthy process. I can tell you that I'm very excited about this opportunity to work with this team. I want to thank all of you dealers that are on the call. Obviously, by the questions you have, the session we felt would be very valuable and very relevant and timely for you. So thank you for spending some time with us today. This is not something I normally do, but I want to thank the people behind the scenes Wes and Scott, thank you so very much for helping to make us look good and to calm our nerves. So there's a laugh from the panel with regard to that. There will be a recording of this session if you want to share this with somebody that maybe was not able to join us today, and it will be on Trucks Dealer Portal. If you go to events, webinars, Trucks Academy, and I guess maybe not Trucks Academy, webinars, and then Academy Live. So that if I messed that up terribly for you, it would be Trucks Dealer Portal, then events, webinars, and Academy Live. I almost said Trucks Academy again. So with that said, thank you very much for the time that you spent with us today. We hope that you found this valuable. Have a great rest of the day and look for this recording so that you can share it with your colleagues. Thank you.